given one more moment to pause. And a lot of times that extra information, um, implementing it is trigger dependent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got various situations that may come up that may trigger you to remember something very useful or very counterproductive or counterintuitive to the situation. But I think if you come to it from a place of a certain level of accountability, if you're saying it from a place of love, it's going to plant the right seed and give that person a tool that they can use in the future that they may not be able to act on until a situation triggers that emotion. And it makes them remember that moment where you gave them something to benefit from. You gave them a solution instead of a problem. And when you start really narrowing down the importance and the value of people that you have in your network that can feed you and pour into your cup, is it boils down to people fall into one of three categories. They either create problems, solutions, or opportunities. And hopefully somebody plants a seed that allows you what you need to act on the opportunity, to A, correct the situation, to use your better judgment and detach yourself from it.
I look at it this way. This was actually a great topic about, discussing things with family and whatnot. But I do believe that, in your own home, you have the right to get involved in anything. It's your home. And you have a right to protect your home, and you have a right to voice your opinion. You can do anything you want. It's your home. People don't like the rules, show them the door. And if you're I believe, and if you see something starting, you see something escalating, I believe you should at least voice your opinion to say, hey, to the host that be, or to where you're at, that, it seems like something's happening in that corner. You should, check it out. Because I don't think anybody should be, I'm not one of these guys that go to coulda, woulda, shoulda done something. I'd rather at least voice my opinion and then pick up my wife, my family, and just leave, right? But at least I did my part to say, I saw this is happening. I don't believe I'm gonna go somewhere and say it's none of my business. Then why am I there? What am I there for? If it's none of my business, I shouldn't be there, right? And if I know I'm not wanted, or if I know trouble could brew in a certain place, I wouldn't put myself in that situation anyways, outside of family, right? And then even if I know that even if you know two people are able to get it on, you'd ask that person, are they coming? Are both of them coming? Well, you know what happens when both of them show up. Are you going to have a contingency plan in place? And I believe that needs to be asked. So you really have to know where you're going in the environment. We're all grown adults here. You got to ask questions. Don't put yourself in a position that you're not comfortable. I know that you're taking care of the person you're with, your significant other, or your family. But in your home, oh, hell no. No problem. 911. That's it.
I love my family, so I definitely like to see order and peace, with family. In my home, well, I see home a couple of ways. One, there's the physical house that you live in and you pay bills. Two, there's the physical body that you dwell in that allows you to pay bills. So one, I protect my home, my physical home, from drama first. That means that I protect what comes in my head and my eyes and my mouth, all of that. And then that goes to the accountability piece right there. Because if I'm maintaining peace inside of me, that means that I'm hopefully giving peace outside of me. Then if I'm in an environment where there's something happening that is disrupting the peace, and if I think that it's my place, of course, I'll say something. I'll also say this, if I'm asked to do something, depending on what it is, if I feel comfortable, I'll also do it. Because I've been in spaces where someone would say, hey, Dr. Easley or Thomas or Pastor Easley, well, you think you can do something about that? And I'll do my best to also, try to represent. But my last thought that I'll say is before I do anything, always think about what's the end game. Is the end game for the drama to silence or stifle, but also is the end game for relationships to hopefully either maintain or grow from it. And that in itself is what also informs what I do. I think about what's the end goal, right? That's why I say, that's why earlier I said, keep the ego out of it. Because if you go into it just because of your gender or your or what you think your role is, you might be missing something. You see what I'm saying? Like maybe in that moment, it may not be your role to solve that because it's not about you. And you might just add more wood to the fire when we need to extinguish this thing right now. So, I just say like, be mindful. I'll say that. Be aware of your home, physically who you are, as well as the home where you dwell. And try your best to also be aware of the impact that you have on other people. So when and if you have to step up, the majority of people who are there will get behind and beside you because you're now solving the problem instead of adding to you're part of the solution instead of adding to the problem. That's it.